Good afternoon. It's a lovely day in the woods today. And we got repetitive dramas on YouTube with Brian Harvey at the centre of it all. Of course, where he should be. Centre of attention. It's all about Brian Harvey. Everything is always about Brian Harvey. Child abuse is all about Brian Harvey. He'll make it all about him. Anyway, things started to get a bit uncomfortable for him. People had started to finally, after all these years, pick up on the basis, one of the bases of his whole imprisonment in his own home, the Red Room story. A story given to him by John Harris, his good friend, who also told Brian that he was attracted to minors. Brian didn't remember anything about the Red Room story, but with the help of John Harris, it slowly came back to him. And this is why he's been a prisoner in his own home. Now he's a prisoner in his own home because of stuff to do with Tom Watkins and his band. Oh, my life. Some people are going to fall for this nonsense. He's such a predictable manipulator. If he's not threatening people with something, I've recorded you, I'm going to put it out there if you don't do what I say. Like some little tin pot Hitler, a little bully. Little man syndrome. Little bully with abandonment issues. Terrified everybody's going to reject him. He has to control all his relationships. It's all got a centre around him. Dangerous human being. In my opinion, he's quite capable of murder. All these fantasies he's been having recently about murdering and stabbing people, shooting them in the face, having them kidnapped. He fantasises about it. That's the start, you see. He's quite capable of following it through. And then he'll play the victim. The perpetrator. Playing a victim. So I'm waffling, tired. Pray for your enemies. In this video here he says that I'm Oliver Whittaker. Last night he put one up of me when I went to actually go and speak to John Wedger, something he's never done, but keeps threatening to do. Apparently I'm also now Mr. Booby Doo. Just a troll. Not somebody who was at Brian Harvey's set up in Parliament Square. Not an MI5 officer. Not somebody who's a participant in this story. Just somebody online having a pop at Brian Harvey. That's how he likes to spin it. Waffling, sorry. What's he got to say to himself? It'll be more manipulation. He's done the threats. He did a disgusting thing. John Endy told him something very embarrassing that happened to him when he was a 13-year-old child. He told Brian that he'd never told anybody in the world this story, and he shared it with Brian, and Brian Harvey's used it like a weapon. He didn't keep the confidence, Brian Harvey, because he couldn't bully and get John Endy to do what he wanted him to do. He recorded the conversation and has put John Endy, a recording of John Endy talking about how he was propositioned when he was 13 years of age. What a disgusting thing to do. Such a low life thing to do. He weaponises all these things that he does. He records everybody and twists it and turns it. Tries to threaten people with it, to control them. Gets difficult to control a very tangled web of lies and deceit that he's been weaving for over a decade. What's he got to say? What a bore fest. Repeat. Fake Christian. Oh, he's playing victim again. Petty poor Brian. It's all an act. Don't fall for it. This is an act of somebody who's highly devious and manipulative and controlling. It's all an act. Today I'm going to the police. No, he's not.
Yeah, it's not a good day today.
Really? I'm having a great one. Oh, have sympathy for him. Go on. Let him suck you in. Oh, my life. Got another drama to control.
I'm going to start.
Control the narrative of the drama so you come out like a poor victim and a valiant hero.
This is probably the hardest video that I will ever make.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, my life.
I've had to sit back all this time and have these people rubbish me. When I sit back and have my life destroyed. Over something that ain't even my fault. Tony was raped by Tom. That. And I've had to carry that. And what's them cover it up?
So I can't be doing with that. I can't be doing with that. Tony was raped by Tom and Brian Harvey's going on about it like he was the one that was actually raped. They're covering it up. Tony Mortimer's alleged rape by Tom Watkins, their manager. Brian Harvey's even managed to make that all about him. He's not going to the police today to report this as a crime, and the police won't take it as a crime because he's not the actual victim in the crime. If Tony Mortimer cares to walk into a police station and report this alleged rape, the police may well be taking it as a crime. Or they may be telling him to get lost because they don't investigate dead people. Except when it comes to Jimmy Savile, they make an exception to their rules. You should ask why. they made that exception. Perhaps Tony Mortimer's never done anything because he wanted it to remain private. If it's true, and going by Brian Harvey's track record, you can't take anything he says as being true. His lies have been exposed over and over and over and over again. What a terrible, low-life thing to do to John Endy and to Tony Mortimer. It's all too much for Brian to bear, keeping a confidence. Got abandoned by the band. His abandonment issues are kicked in, and he creates dramas and tries to blackmail the band to acknowledge him again. I'm beyond words for this. Really beyond words. Brian Harvey's nothing but a fake and a fraud. He's got serious issues that he has no intention of sorting out because he'd have to take a look at himself. How he conducts himself, the lies that he's told, the threats that he's made. That guilt is eating him away inside. In the last few weeks, people have started to unravel that Red Room story. That ever-changing Red Room story. That has no consistency, no criminal activity in that story at all. And so, he's desperately created another drama about something else. Over there, look over there, like a magician, misdirecting. Let's start a new drama. Give people something to talk about. These are the actions of a very, very desperate man indeed. Very desperate and dangerous man, really. How do you get away with waving knives around on YouTube, threatening to murder people, threatening to have them kidnapped? How do you get away with that? Putting out your repeats and your repeat stories. Your never-ending bullshit. Apparently he's got an appointment with Stella Creasy today. Maybe I should be down at her offices at 3 o'clock. I spoke to her office yesterday. Because a few weeks ago, I spoke to her office about Brian Harvey's behaviour. about how the police do nothing about the threats that he keeps making to kill me. They passed that information on to the police, who told them that it had been passed on to a superintendent, and that if I didn't hear anything within 2 weeks to give them a call back. Well, I gave them a call yesterday. They told me to give it a bit longer. I'm getting the impression that people are looking for another way to wriggle out of not dealing with something. I've also asked for an appointment with Stella Creasy myself. I've not been offered one. Because I want Stella Creasy to look at Brian Harvey threatening to kill people, spreading false and malicious rumours and gossip about people, waving knives around on the internet. See what she has to say about that sort of behaviour, whether that sort of behaviour should be on the internet, whether there should be worries and concerns about a human being who's waving knives around threatening to murder people. Encouraging, inciting others to pick up knives and go and stab people they've got a problem with, because that's a way to end the problem. Anyway, sorry, I'm tired. I've no idea what I was saying. I find this all quite annoying. I'm going to get back to my nice day in the wood. Thanks very much for your support.